dame una corona grande, por favor.
Yes, yes, the grande, por favor. Grande corona. Por favor. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, what's up? It's your brother Out of Sight, man. Welcome to Even the Blind Man Can See. I'm out here in the BX, man, you know, just chilling, doing what I do. I want to give all praise to H.O.I and say Shalom to all my brothers and all my sisters that keep the commandments and the faith and ain't afraid to tell the devil he a devil to his goddamn face. I want to welcome you all to hang out with me today, man. This is the first episode of Even the Blind Man Can See. We're going to hang out with a couple of my brothers. We're going to talk about some current events. And most of all, man, we're going to give praise to H.O.I and we're going to tell y'all the truth according to the scriptures. So y'all kick back, relax, have some fun. I'm about to go drink my Corona and kick it with the peoples. Shalom. Turn the music and stuff up in the headphones for me. Alright. Yeah. Pick up the Bible and get into it. Pick up the Bible and do the work. Pick up the Bible and get into it. Pick up the Bible and do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Hey, do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Hey. Pick up the Bible and get into it. Pick up the Bible and do the work. Pick up the Bible and get into it. Pick up the Bible and do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Hey, do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Hey. True prophet of the Most High, going all out for the lost sheep. Out here in these cold streets, no heat, no food, no sleep. Same clothes for the whole week. In Babylon where the folks meet, we get more sheep than little Bo Peep. Isaiah 58 said, go cry loud to the whole world. You don't want to be the 2/3, only 1/3 get the whole world. 12 gates, 12 names, in the kingdom we VIP. 12 angels on gate protection so we don't need no ID. Hola, yeah. Welcome to Even the Blind Man Can See, hosted by your brother Out of Sight, bringing you the truth according to the scriptures. Pick up the Bible and get into it. Pick up the Bible and do the work. Pick up the Bible and get into it. Pick up the Bible and do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Hey, do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Hey. Pick up the Bible and get into it. Pick up the Bible and do the work. Pick up the Bible and get into it. Pick up the Bible and do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Hey, do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Hey. Yeah, so like I was saying, we're going to be talking about all type of things today. One thing that I want to let y'all know about the whole title of Even the Blind Man Can See. This is an interactive podcast. The reason why I say that is because for those who know me, y'all know that I'm a blind individual and I can't see. So in this situation, I'm asking you, Zion, the brothers and the sisters of Zion that's out there in the comment section, I'm asking y'all to be my eyes for me. I'm asking y'all that if you hear me say anything that's scriptural and you got book, chapter, and verse for me, please put it in the comment section so I could go over it later on and I can get some edification and people in the comment section can get some edification as well. But mind yourself, because if you put something in there that's not scriptural, we are going to rebuke you. Because what they say, open rebuke is better than secret love.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Last thing right here, man. You can always contact me. I'm not a big text message person or always in the comments and answering comments. So if you want to communicate with me, you can call me at 347-348 347-348-5858. Once again, that's 347-348-5858. And you can get at Mr. Out of Sight, and we can talk about the scriptures, and we can talk about life, or whatever you want to talk about. You got a grievance, let's talk about it. You got a show idea, let's talk about it. You want to promote and market on our channel, let's talk about it, but it's going to cost you, though. Alright? So, here we go right now. Right now, I want everybody in this area to introduce themselves. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know who you are. And I'm going to start right here on my left.
This is Priest Terah, also known one of the elders of H.O.I.
Right. And on my right,
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Priest Zabach, H.O.I. to the chariots fly. I'm the elder and senior of H.O.I. and also for the rest of my nation, Israel. You know, as a body in H.O.I. and call me Ashala.
That's right. Who else we got in the house? Introduce yourself over here, my brother.
Zadaki of Judah.
Good.
I am the newest member, well, not the newest member of H.O.I., but I might be the youngest. But yeah, all praises.
Gosh, right. All right, who else we got now? We got some other brothers in the background over there. We just didn't have enough seats. Introduce yourselves back there, man.
It's brother Amani Wallace Simeon, Shemayawan.
It's funny the brothers forgot to say H.O.I. to the chariots fly, but that's what I'm here for.
That's right.
And I'm just happy to be even a blind man can see. That's what's up. Wake up. Young Cant section.
It is Ariyah, H.O.I.N.Y. All praise to the Most High for giving us this opportunity to bring out the words through the masses. And the first podcast we hear for even a blind man can see. So all praise to the Most High, man. We just keep it going.
Young Lion section over here.
Brothers and sisters in H.O.I. and the body of H.O.I. who couldn't be here tonight, just understand and know that they, we represent for y'all too. You know what I'm saying? So we there with y'all in the spirit. I know y'all here with us in the spirit tonight. So wherever you are and whatever you're doing, as long as it's under the commandments, shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. The name of the radio station, King.
And the name of the radio station that's promoting this is Book of Revelations Radio. That's Book of Revelations Radio. And also, I want to also shout out all the other brothers and sisters from all the other camps that's out here putting in that work on the highways and the hedges, keeping the commandments and the faith. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing about our body, man. We don't discriminate against anybody, man. We don't have no problems and no issues with anybody. We open, you know what I'm saying, to communicate. And we love all our brothers and sisters in the body of Zion, whether you have a different administration or not. Alright? So understand that. But like I said, right now, what we here to do, we here to give praises tonight and give some honors and some respect and some salutitudes to these elders of H.O.I. You know what I'm saying? And to let them know that we appreciate the work that they've been putting in over the last 20 years. It's been 20 years for y'all, right?
20-something years.
20-something years, man. That's
26
for
me.
26?
26,
Crazy. Oh,
Round it off.
you know what I'm saying? So see, so y'all brothers and sisters out there, man, if y'all think y'all going through some stuff now, and y'all think y'all dealing with some trials and tribulations, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Y'all ain't been through nothing yet. But you're going to find out what it's been like, what this walk has been like. So right now, I'm going to start off on my right side right here with Elder Zabach, Priest Zabach. You know what I'm saying? Priest Zabach, tell us how you got into this walk, you know what I'm saying, this walk that we call the faith, the truth.
Well, I always saw the brothers teaching on the streets over the years. Growing up in Brooklyn, I saw the brothers downtown Brooklyn. As a child, I mean, I can go back all the way to the 70s. The late 70s, early 80s, when my mom used to bring me downtown Brooklyn. And I always saw the brothers. I was like, you know, I had my spirit was drawn to them, but I was like, who are they? I'm talking about even as a young child. But as I got older, about 14, 15, 16, I started paying more attention to the brothers. And I started seeing them downtown Brooklyn, 34th Street, Times Square, around the Wall Street area. And from then, I was really in the truth, man, from like 16, 17 years old. Because I always was drawn to the brothers from seeing them as a child and what they was bringing out. I was always drawn to it. But I finally came in 1994 after watching the brothers for years, and you know, from a young man, I'm in my early 20s now, so I finally came in 1994. I said, these brothers are speaking the truth, man. They're breaking down the Bible. They're showing us who we are. They're showing us who our enemies are, why we going through what we going through. And I came in 1994. I came to the school in March of 1994, and I never turned back. 26 years by showing my shot.
What about you, Elder Terah, man? What made you join this walk, man? What was your journey like?
All praises to H.O.I. for Most High H.O.I. lifting him up. Yeah, it's a funny story, man. Big up to my pops, man. Pops got me in this truth, and it was funny because I was searching for something. I was searching for something. So the brothers was on 42nd Street, and my pops was telling me they got the white man bowing down. I was into Malcolm X, and I was into the Black Panthers. I said, what? Who got the white man bowing down, kissing boots? I said, oh man, I got to see this, man. So I ran down there, man, and sure enough, it was Brothers Mount Zion camp. And they had the white man bowing down, man. So, you know, I'm looking at it, man. Oh, man, I can't believe this. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, after a while, I just started getting locked in, man. And seeing this truth that was brought out with Deuteronomy 28. And I'm here.
All praises, man. Now, you said something that was interesting to me. You said that, you know, when you first came across the camps, you said it was a particular camp. And I think a lot of misconception is that people think that back in the days that it was only just the One West camp and it wasn't no other camps. Is that a true statement?
Well, it was a camp in One West at the
Okay.
time, known as Mount Zion. They was heavy on 42nd Street and 7th and 8th Avenue. 8th Avenue, and you know that was a. If you know brothers from the streets, that's the war zone. Everything was happening back there.
Yeah, right.
And they was out there constantly, man. So, you know, I was out there doing my thing, and you know, and I just ran into them brothers. But my pops, he's all praises to him. He's in the spirit world now, but he's the one that really intrigued me, man. And said, yo, they got the white man bowing down. I had to see that, bro. But I didn't know that the Most High had something for me, man.
And another thing, you know, on this podcast, you know what I'm saying, you know, because the majority of the listeners is going to be in the body of Zion, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, Most High willing. But for the people that's out there that's, you know, that y'all see us out preaching on the corners and bringing the word out, sometimes we use particular words and phrases that you may not understand, but these phrases and words are in the Bible. So when we talk about the so-called Caucasian man or the white man in the Bible, that's known as Esau. You know what I'm saying? That's his biblical name. We all have biblical names. So when you watch this podcast, you're going to be getting a lot of that. So know from here on out that when you hear us say Esau, we talking about the Caucasian man and woman. That's their true nationality according to the Bible.
That's right.
You know? And how many times, Brother Zabach, have you had Esau kiss your boot?
I lost count.
All praises.
But yeah, when I came into the school, I didn't see that until later on. I didn't see that until I actually saw that on a video. I didn't see it live at first. I saw it on a video, an old video of the old Sons of Thunder camp under an elder by the name of Yashawan. All right, that was in the school at the time in One West. And I was like, damn, you know, they be having white people bow down and kiss the boot too. You know what I'm saying? So I seen white people submissive at the camp. I seen Edomites submissive at the camp, but I learned that, and I learned the scriptures, and I knew when you go into the camps, I knew when that spirit come on Esau, you know, it's time to make the bow. You know what I'm saying? So I learned the technique, and I've had countless Edomites bow down and kiss the boot, man.
Oh, praise.
Edomites and suit and ties and regular Edomites on the street.
Man, they kiss plenty of boots, man. I hope they kiss all type of boots. ACGs, Timberlands, steel toe boots, Cant. I hope they kiss the boots that pay less. All the boots, man. Kiss all the boots. But you know,
Salaki, one time I was in the camp, I had him kiss the sandal.
oh,
I had
man.
sandals on.
Sandal, that's right.
Right? I had him kiss the sandal.
All praises to that too.
Good.
You know, and you know, people look at what we do and they really don't understand, you know, how deep it is and how dangerous that what we do can get, because they only see the videos, and you know, a lot of times it gets edited out. But you know, there are instances where you get physically attacked for what you do when you out there teaching and people throw things at you. Can you guys give me some of your experiences that you faced when, you know, things have got kind of out of control and how you deal with those issues?
Yeah, well, I'll give you experience. There's many issues, you know. We used to be battling on 42nd Street, Times Square. This is when they had Virgin Records and all of that. But a particular incident is, brother, no, Hunter College, man. That was a battle, you know, and me and the brother, you know, we ended up fighting the security guard and everything, and they came down and they came after us, and me and the brother shared the same cell, man.
Oh, so y'all got locked up for this
we
truth.
got locked up. It was two other brothers, brother by the name of H.O.I and one lawyer, brother by the name of one lawyer. But yeah, we went through some battles, man, but that was a particular thing that stays in me, that incident at Hunter College. We had to fight security guards and everything, so it got wild. It was a wild camp, Hunter College. Yeah, so yeah, that's a particular incident that I can speak about.
What about you, brother Zabach?
One of the craziest incidents for me was on 14th Street. We was teaching on 14th Street, Union Square, and a brother had came by, a Judite brother had came by. He was with a Moabite woman. And a brother said, "Repent, brother, and get a woman of your own nation." And this dude pulled out a 380 on us. He pulled out the 380 and he clicked it. And he was like, "What? What?" And I was teaching at the time. I was like, you know, what you gonna bust? If you ain't gonna bust, I'm gonna keep teaching. You know what I'm saying? And he looked. He was like, "What? Y'all gonna do something?" And I was like, "All right, he ain't gonna do nothing." And I just kept teaching. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy. We was crazy because he put the gun back in, and brothers actually followed him. Brothers left from the camp and followed him, and brothers was going to yoke him up and take the gun from him. But they didn't find him. He walked down the street, and brothers didn't find him. And then as a leader, I said, "You know what? It's good y'all didn't find him, because that wasn't wisdom. You know, that wasn't." But we was kind of young and crazy back then. But that was one of my craziest incidents, if I could recall. I actually had a 380 pulled out on me and the whole camp. Brother clicked it and everything. It was like, what? And we stood strong and we said, you know, you gonna bust your gun or we gonna keep teaching? And he didn't, but he just put it back. I think he was trying to scare us. So like, yo, you know how man is about his woman, even if she's a heathen. But that was one of my craziest incidents on 14th Street. I want to say maybe in the early 2000s that was.
But I definitely, you know, I definitely want to take this time, man, like, you know, to let both of y'all brothers know that I appreciate both of y'all, man, because in my journey in this walk, you know what I'm saying, I watched, well, not watched, but I listened to both of you guys on videos, you know what I'm saying, and I recognize voices, you know, so, you know, like, I remember the first time I actually heard Elder Terah's voice in person. And I was like, I know him. He's from the 14th Street camp. I hear his voice. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I walked right over to the brother, like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out the brothers to the 14th Street camp. I don't know your names and everything. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the brothers to the 14th Street camp. You know, especially the brother, man. I ain't get to meet the brother yet. The brother that be he's like an expert in telling Esau that he's an identity thief. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I gotta meet that brother one day, man. But, you know, I like the experience of, you know, going from one level of sitting in the house and listening to the videos and listening to your brothers bring it out, and then taking what you say and compare it to the real world and say, you know what, these brothers is speaking the truth. Because when I started out, I was one of the biggest scoffers in New York. I used to come outside on purpose on Saturday just to go scarf ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Captain Tazariak. You know I used to scarf your ass, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad he had patience with me. I guess they seen something in me, you know what I'm saying? Like, this brother scarf so good, he'd probably be a good Israelite. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I kept it up. But, you know, so here I am. And in that journey, you know what I'm saying, I gotta let you brothers know that it means a lot, you know what I'm saying, to brothers, and y'all need to get your praises and smell your roses while you still can, you know what I'm saying, while you still here to do it. And a lot of times we don't give thanks to the brothers in the past who went out there and put in this work. And you look around this room right now, you know what I'm saying, what you see is an example and a product of your work. When you got the young lions over there, that's the product of your hard work. When you see H.O.I. New York, H.O.I. New Jersey, H.O.I. Philly, H.O.I. Buffalo, H.O.I. Las Vegas, H.O.I. Compton, H.O.I. Georgia, and it's going to continue. You know what I'm saying? And that's your work, man. And all praises to the Most High that He chose some very good, righteous men, upstanding men to come out here and push His word, man. I just going to give you all a round of applause for doing what you're doing.
I just want to say one thing. My brother Zabach, I remember when I first met Zabach, I was, you know, the brother, I talked to the brother on the phone a couple of times, and he said, brother, he said, I see your spirit, you know what I'm saying, you got a great spirit, you know what I mean, I think you'll fit good in H.O.I. And that's, you know, before that, I was watching Zabach, and I said, I got to get to this brother, I got to find out, how can I get to this brother? And then when I finally got to him, and I finally got to talk with him, he told me, he said, brother, you got a good spirit, and I think you'll fit good in H.O.I. And that's, for everybody that don't know, that's how I came to H.O.I. because of, from the love of the elder.
Great. I remember when I first seen the brothers on the corner, it was like 1980, I'll say 1982, 83. And I was a runaway, and I used to be on 42nd Street. And I happened to walk up by 47th Street and Broadway by the old Floor Shimes shoe store where we used to break dance over there. But on the days when the brothers used to be teaching right there in that corner, we didn't break dance out of respect. Right? But I used to just think they was a bunch of crazy niggas on the corner with a Bible, you know what I'm saying? The type of things that they were saying in Esau, you just never heard nothing like that before. And I used to be like, damn, they gonna make Esau fuck them up, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it never worked out that way. And I used to see them brothers with them big staffs, and they used to put that work in on Esau. I seen Esau get their head busted, messing around with them brothers on the corner, talking crap. But see, you know, these brothers nowadays, they're a little more lenient, a little more merciful than the brothers, you know what I'm saying, that I was seeing on the corners back in the 80s, you know, and even the outfits and the way that they dress are different. And speaking of that, I got a question for you. You know, a lot of these Israelite camps, they pride themselves on being uniformed and wearing, you know, matching colors and things like that. But H.O.I. seems to be a pretty laid back camp when it comes to that. Is that by design, or is, you know, it's just a circumstance thing?
I mean, we a lot of the camps today that quote unquote do uniformity, that comes from One West. We was doing uniformity way back, from marching down 125th Street, and we all had black geese on. We all had white geese on, blue geese. But uniformity is good, but it's not always necessary. You can have the variety looks good also, when brothers have their different flavors or whatever in the camps. But sometimes we do uniformity in H.O.I., but sometimes we balance it out, because we don't want to be like, well, you got to just wear the same thing all the time. We want brothers to have their own individual style and everything too, and that looks good and presentable towards the people also. So it's not so much of it's more laid back, but it's a balance, because we'll have a time where we'll be like, yo, we're going to pull up such and such, everybody wear this. Right. You know, but then we'll have our time where we just chill and everybody have their different style or whatever. As long as you got your fringes and border blue, then you're good money, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a stickler for looking decent, look decent out there, you know, look presentable. Right. But as long as you got your fringes and border blue, it's not necessary to always have uniformity. But it is good sometimes, you know, to have. It looks good either way to me. Kwame Ashala.
Now I want to talk about something real, you know, some serious issues that, you know, both of the brothers are very much known for taking the high road when there's issues of strife and contention and drama and scandal, right? How do you feel about, you know, people hating on you for the work that you do? People, you know what I'm saying, making up lies about you, disgruntled individuals who leave the camp and then they want to come out and say things about you when you know it's not true. I mean, I know you guys like to take the high road, but this is an opportunity for you to say how you really feel about it. Let's start with you, Terah.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, that goes with the territory, brother. Right. You know, scriptures say render evil not for evil. So a lot of times you take the high road because you know scriptures tell you who can have compassion on the ignorance, and you know what it's about. You know what's coming with envy. So, in some cases, so you're not gonna feed into that, brother. Sometimes you just gotta let that go. So yeah, that's funny because a lot of times they say I don't take the high road. I like to get back at you, clap back, so to speak. You know, but that's something, you know, that comes with patience, man, and diligence, and you know what I mean, and feeding off of my brother Zabach. You see what I'm saying, and seeing a lot of things that he had to deal with. You know, as elders, we feed off of each other too. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's comes with a lot of patience, brother.
And what about you, Zabach? How do you feel about it?
First and foremost, I'm gonna say, Terah is right. A lot of times he do want to clap back. You know what I'm saying? That cat be having his clip loaded, ready to go at cats. Cause see, that's just. I know Terah's spirit from cats I rode with in the street. So his spirit is like, what? Nigga said what? I'm gonna go right back at that dude's throat. You know what I'm saying? But being a leader, you know why you can't always entertain a lot of stuff? Because what happens is it get lost in translation and then the people get all jacked up. Because now as you going back and forth with brothers and the edification gets lost. But I'm going to just read one verse concerning that. Proverbs 27:4.
Bring that out.
Wrath is cruel and anger is outrageous, but who is able to stand against envy? So a lot of, not all the time, sometimes cats feel like they got to get at you because you off and you need to be better, whatever the case may be. But a lot of times, man, it's envy, it's strife, it's contention, it's competition, it's jealousy. Is we as a people, we haven't been used to something working. So when something is doing good and working, it's almost like we got to destroy it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this nigga can't be out there teaching the people and edifying them and it's growing. I got to mess that up. So Solomon said, who is able to stand against envy? So even if you go back and forth with these guys, that envy is going to get so strong to the point where they're going to keep coming at you, and then some of these brothers can't control their spirit. This thing can get cornered. So you don't want to, sometimes, you know, it also tells you in Proverbs, where there's no wood, the fire go out. Sometimes you don't want to give nothing no energy, because this thing can really get out of control. You know, because you feeding it energy. So a lot of times I learn to ignore a lot of stuff, especially if I know it's not true. And if it is true, okay, I'll just take correction from it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times you can't feed that stuff no fire, man, because it can really get out of hand if you entertain it. So a lot of times, if you don't entertain it, you don't give it no energy, it goes out on its own. You know,
okay. Yeah. So my next question to you guys is, where would you guys like to see the body of H.O.I. specifically and the body of Zion in the next 5 years?
I would say in 5 years, I want to be in the kingdom, guys. Five minutes from now. But to answer it, if we're still here in 5 years, right now my focus is to grow H.O.I. more. I think we got a good nucleus of brothers and sisters right now, and we need to nurture everybody's talents and grow the camp. But it's not just about the camp, it's about the nation of Israel. I want to grow H.O.I. and I want to keep a good relationship with all of Israel, the rest of all the camps. and the congregations, even the ones that are whatever. And in 5 years from now, if we still here, I just want to see everybody better established, more self-sufficient, not dependent on the system as much, even though we're still in captivity, and just doing the work, continuing to do the work, and growth and being built up, but mainly being a little bit more self-sufficient, 5 years from now. And for the nation of Israel, what I would like to see 5 years from now is less negativity. Right. Even if we're going to have separate camps and congregations, at least let us be cordial and let everybody just stay in their lane and do their work for the Most High. But we don't have to have strife amongst each other. I don't have to be in your camp or congregation. I'm fine with that. We can be separate, but let's have no strife amongst each other. And really, if we got a problem with each other, we should be able to come talk to each other as opposed to going to YouTube and trying to make each other look bad. So that's why I would like to see the nation in the next 5 years. But damn it, if it's left up to me, I want to be on a damn chariot in the next 5 years.
And what about you? I think the brother hit it on the nose. Self-sufficient independency. Having our own land, having our own stores, having our own supermarkets. You see what I'm saying? Having everything for ourselves. That's definitely what I want to do, because that's important for a nation. We're a nation within a nation. So it's important that we have that independency with us. So definitely in the next 5 years, the scriptures is there. It tells you how you should know that you're the disciples by the love that you have among each other. So I would definitely like to see that grow more. I'm thinking we're going in a good position now. The nucleus of the men we have is starting. It's starting, and I can see it. And I'm hoping it continue and it develops even more. But I think we're in a good place right now as of this moment. So I'm looking at 5 years. If we're here, like the brother said, I wouldn't want to see this destroyed. But if we're here, I think that's what we're working on, and it's looking good right now.
All praises.
And as I'm sitting here right now, talking with these two fine brothers, and getting this information from these brothers, and just being candid and laid back and down to earth with the brothers, man. I want to let all you other elders know from all of these other camps, this platform is open to you. You know what I'm saying? You can come here and you can speak and get things off your chest, man. We not you know what I'm saying, respectives of persons, man. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all are brothers, you know what I'm saying, regardless of your doctrinal differences, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. These should not be reasons why we are keeping ourselves away from each other, because we need each other. We all we got. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that what G Money said?
Good.
You know what I'm saying? We all we got.
Am I my brother's keeper?
Yes, I am. But yeah, so any last words before we leave this segment that y'all want to bestow? Matter of fact, I got a question for you on something. If you had any information or advice for these young Israelite brothers and sisters coming up in this truth, what would you tell them to make this walk more sufficient for them and a better walk for them, more successful?
Discipline, brothers. Rebellion is as witchcraft. And that's a deep scripture when you think about it. Don't we find an individual, because all of us had to have elders. Find a sincere individual and walk with him and learn from him and be patient. You know what I mean? And understand that they're there to guide you. That's the main thing. Don't fight against brothers that's here to help you and guide you. That's the biggest mistake we make. What you're doing is a great job, brother. This is the beginning of something I feel great. And you have to come on down and have a good drink with us, man. And chill out and have some fun, man. That's what it's about.
Yeah, so that's definitely what's up, Elder Terah. I think these brothers do need discipline and things like that. I'm glad that I was around brothers that helped me to, focus more on, being disciplined and and not, you know, shooting off so quick. Cause I'm kind of like, you know, when I hear people talking crazy about HOI, I'll be ready to spaz.
God.
Talk about HOI, like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but yeah, so Elder Zabach, what would your advice be for these young Israelite brothers and sisters coming up in this truth?
Well, first and foremost, I want to go back and land me back on something that you said concerning the other camps and anybody coming up on a platform. I don't have a problem with that, but because of the state of Israel, and brothers and sisters, don't take this the wrong way, but we kind of tend to focus on HOI right now and building and doing what we have. We have love for the rest of Israel. It's nothing negative or nothing like that, but we're kind of tending to focus on what we're doing right now because it's just, in my experience, a lot of the other camps, they don't want to be bothered anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, as much as you would like to extend the hand to them, that the hand is not being extended on the other end. You know, so
right.
we focusing on what we're doing, but we got love for the whole nation.
Right.
So I just wanted to make a comment on that because brother out of sight, you know, his spirit means well, but then there's the reality of Israel sometime, and they only want to be bothered sometime, but it's all good. But anyway, my advice would be to young brothers coming up in this truth, to land me back also for what Priest Terah said, you know, discipline, order, don't make everything about YouTube and being seen. That's not what this thing is about. Get yourself in order, study your scriptures, and do this work in sincerity and truth. And for the younger brothers coming up, endurance is very important. That's why our mouth got the shirts, endurance, because it's very important, because you got to have longevity in this truth. I see too many people come in this truth and they don't get what they want or they think they should get out of it, and they fall off after a year or two, 3 or 4, maybe even 5 or 10. So endurance, longevity, discipline, order, and this is not about social media. This truth has been around before social media, and it'll be around long after social media is gone.
That's right.
So my main advice to the young generation, it's not about the camera and the media. This is about doing real work and saving souls. And Sirach 25:7 says, he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Endurance is key into lasting in this thing. Kwame Ashalom.
And with that being said, man, you know, once again, I just want to thank y'all brothers for putting in the work that y'all put in over these 20 some odd years, man. You know, it means so much to the community and, you know, to our people. Even though, you know, the Most High put a deep spirit of sleep upon our people, so a lot of them don't get it. But for the ones who do get it, and you know what I'm saying, keep on coming to the channels on YouTube that where we put up our videos. Keep coming to get that edification, that knowledge, man, and keep doing what you're supposed to do, and keep following and doing what you're supposed to do, so you can become brothers like these two wise brothers right here, man. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, man, we out for this segment. We'll be back with Who Can You Trust, man. Peace out.
All praise.
And make sure y'all continue to tune in to Book of Revelations Radio. Kwame Ashalom.
Right. So we back, man. We back up in this piece, man. Yeah, that's what it is, man. What it is. Yeah, so we back up in this piece, man. You know, we took a little break, man. You know, brothers was getting their drink on. We about to get our eat on in a little while. Matter of fact, before this is all over, I'm gonna let you see some of this fine food that the brother Judah, you know what I'm saying, that the brother Zabach cooked, man. You know what I'm saying? y'all sisters be thinking y'all the only ones that know how to throw down in the kitchen. But y'all don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best cooks is men.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? My brother over here, he threw down on some collard greens, macaroni, cheese, chicken, and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Put his foot in the pan. That's what it is.
Doing that collard greens.
Right now, man, we gonna get on a serious note right now. You know what I'm saying? Because right now we are, we dealing with the crown. You know, that's what we call the C virus. We call it the crown. And you know what I'm saying? And we about to enter into a time of tribulation, or what they call Jacob's trouble. And in that time and in that day, you're gonna have to make a choice, Israel. You're gonna have to choose evil, or you're gonna have to choose righteousness.
That's right.
Right? And there's a scripture. That scripture is Matthew 10 and 31, is it? The separation of the family.
Matthew 10:34.
Matthew 10 and 34. Matter of fact, somebody bring that out for me. Matthew 10 and 34.
Matthew 10 and 34. Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
That's right. So this episode is called Who Can You Trust? Because in that day, you're not going to know who to trust.
Right.
And we want to point out some things to the people out there in the listening and the watching audience, so y'all can understand that, you know, how serious this situation is. Because we put a lot of trust in people that we don't even know. I'm pretty sure all of us have sat down with somebody and they've given us some type of scenario where they say they said this and they said that. Oh, they said it's going to rain today.
Right.
They said that you shouldn't do this. And they said that you should take this medication if you want to stay well. And they said that, you know, a good woman should only be this much weight. And they said this and they said that. Well, my question is, who the fuck are they? And why do we always put so much faith in what they say? Who is them? Because the people that we should be listening to, or the ultimate person that we should be listening to, is Yahweh. Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? But we tend to put they over him. So my question today is, who can you trust during this tribulation period that's about to come? Who can you trust during these Jacob's trouble situation that's about to come? So we're going to start with, who are our enemies? Right? And to let you hear about that, Brother Zabach, who are our enemies in politics, and why can we not trust politicians?
Our enemies is basically everybody that's in politics, and politics is nothing but a pile of tricks.
Right.
Because it's all deception, it's all to make the people. Politics is set up to make you think that you got leaders on the forefront when the real leaders stand in the shadows. So we don't trust nobody in politics. The hell with them. They all of our enemies, even the ones that look like us, because they all deal with supporting this system. So give me Sirach 12 and 10. Let me start off with that. Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach and the Apocrypha 12 and 10. And we got our young lions, Simeon and Judah, reading for us tonight. H.O.I to the chariots fly. And we got our young brothers read. Whoever get it first is all good.
This is Sirach. This is Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
Never trust thine enemy.
What the Lord say?
Never trust thine enemy.
And see, the thing is with politics, we don't control the politics. The politics comes from our enemies. All right, so we can't trust it. If we control the politics or we control the local elected officials, that would be different. But we don't control it.
Right.
So what did the Lord say?
Never trust thine enemy.
The Lord said never, never trust your enemy. Go ahead.
For like as iron rusted,
And like as iron is sure to rust after time, go ahead.
so is his wickedness.
Their true spirit is going to eventually come out. So the Lord said never trust your enemy. So as far as politics, whether it's our people, East or the other nations, we really don't trust nobody in politics because they're not for our agenda. And the Lord said, never trust your enemy because our enemies are controlling the politics right now. Kwame Yashara. And that goes for Obama, that goes for Trump, that goes for Hillary Clinton, that goes for all of these people. And you know what we need to understand is these people stand around and they make speeches, but they do more than that. They make decisions that affect our lives on a daily basis. Right. So anybody that's sitting around seeing these politicians and not paying attention to the things that they say, the decisions that they make, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Right? Because we putting our trust in these politicians and believing that they're going to make the right decisions for our lives. They have our best interests and they take our best interests into consideration when that couldn't be no further than the truth. Right. These people will destroy the oxygen that we breathe, the water that we drink. They will destroy nature itself to make a profit. That's right. They will go against every law, statute, and commandment that the Most High God Yahweh put upon the face of this earth to make a profit. So these politicians are not your enemies. I mean, they are not your friends. They are your enemies. Understand that. You know what I'm saying? That goes for all of them. All the way from Obama, all the way down to every one of them. John F. Kennedy, Reagan. I hate the Bushes so much I don't even go in parks. Okay? So, you know, understand that they are not your enemy.
They're not your friends.
They're not your friends, man. And another thing is, let's talk about these pastors.
Bring it out.
Right? And I'm gonna go to Elder Terah with that. Why do you feel that these pastors are such a threat to us? And why do you feel that these pastors in these churches are our enemies?
Great question, brother. Give me St. John's 11, 47 and 48. Great question. The pastor is the stronghold of our people, our community. If you check out something that they was talking about eugenics, and they said in eugenics we got to go to the pastors. This is the ones that's going to sell our agenda to the people, to our black community. You got to get them pastors. They're in control of our people. They're in control of the mindset. And you know, this has been going from the beginning of time. I'm going to read something in St. John's 11, 47, 48, so I can get a little clear understanding of what I'm talking about. Read that.
Come. St. John 11 and 47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said.
Now these were the chief priests and the Pharisees, but you can liken to pastors today because they had control of the minds of the people. Okay, read.
What do we? For this man doeth many miracles.
That's H.O.I, our Lord and King. He does many miracles. Come on.
If we let him thus alone.
If we let him alone, come on.
All men will believe on him.
All men will believe on him, come on.
And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
See that? So they was worried about their position being taken out. This is why these pastors is only worried about their position. They're not worried about the people. Sharpton, Jackson, they're worried about their position being taken out. So that's why they're so dangerous, brother. They're so dangerous because they only have their own agenda and their own concern. But they're not thinking about the people, the suffering of the people. They don't want to get out of their position. They enjoying this society. They enjoying their mortgages being paid. They enjoying their Rolls Royces. They enjoying their tailor-made suits. You understand? So that's why they're so dangerous, man. Because they don't want us to come back in power. But by Shema Mashiach Yahushua, they getting out of that position. Because the white man's going to turn on them.
And see, what we got to understand too, people out there in YouTube land, you have to understand that these pastors are the ones that's going to have you lining up to go and take these vaccines. Right now, across the street from where I live at, there's a big church there, and the people are lined up going to get tested to see if they have the crown or not. Wow. So, you know, and it'd be a long line down the block. You know, from what I understand, what people are telling me, I didn't get any footage, but I will get the footage so I can have the receipts for y'all, so y'all can actually see these sheep who standing on the line, waiting for Pastor Pork Chop to tell them to come get their test to see if they are infected with the crown.
Salakia, I've seen it. I can attest to that, what the brother's saying. I've seen it with my own two eyes.
Right.
and there's your witness on it. I mean, you want to get that footage, go right ahead. But I seen it.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely happened. This is the beginning of it. You know, so we have to be very mindful. We have to use discernment and wisdom when dealing with these wicked pastors in our communities. Because these pastors do not care about us. These pastors are our enemies as well. And when Jacob's trouble comes and these tribulations get real and persecution is on your doorstep, these pastors are going to be the ones that's going to be leading you to the FEMA camps. All right. So let's also talk about entertainment. You know, right now we got Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's just taking the whole music industry, the rap industry by storm. You know, and everybody's basic consensus is that, you know, he's a rat, he's a snitch. They want him to hold up honorable concepts and morals and scruples in a dishonorable game that we call the streets. Right. So, you know, how do you feel about, you know, these entertainers, these rappers and actors and singers and things like that? What do you guys feel about, you know, their status and how they can be used by this system as enemies towards us?
Okay, they're what you call court justice. Right. The Babylonians, when you read the book of Daniel, the Babylonian Nebuchadnezzar, the king, he had a lot of these guys, court justice, to entertain them. You know what I mean? And keep the people docile because they know that the music is the strongest influence on our people. So they have to have these guys around them to keep these guys basically doing their will through the music. So you get a guy like Tekashi 6ix9ine and basically use the Bloods because a lot of our people is so caught up in gangsterism, you know, which is really going back to Al Capone days and the white man. But they trying to mimic him with the mob stuff. So they so caught up in the gangsterism, so they used him. He used them, vice versa. They both used each other to get a position of status because he came out as a Blood. And then when the heat got too hard on him and he wasn't found out, because they say real recognize real. Right. So eventually they're going to find out who you are. So when it got too hot for him and they started to abuse him, then he snitched. But like you say, brother, snitching is glorified today, man. It's glorified, and that's a tool that's going to be used to really bring social distance. And we want to talk about that among our people, if you know what I'm saying.
Definitely, yeah. That's right. What do you feel about it, Elder Zabach?
I think like the brother was saying, a lot of these rappers, entertainers, or whatever, they're just there for the white man, you know, to make mockery of them and to make money off of them at the same time and to use them against their own community and people, because now, like the brother said, snitching is going to be glorified. So everything the so-called white man uses to his advantage. So when you check it out, being that snitching is going to be glorified, now when all hell starts to break loose from this pandemic and concentration camps and everything coming down, people are not going to have a problem with telling on each other. So give me Matthew 5:10 real quick. So therefore, they're not going to have a problem with telling on the servants of the Lord. That's right. All it is to get people comfortable with telling on each other. That's why they can easily just say, well, Tekashi's a snitch. Let's protect him. If anything, this guy is giving us vital information. Let's protect him and hide him. But it's almost like they're putting out there glorifying it. So when you tell on somebody now, it's not really going to be seen as a bad thing. And that goes into the time that we're about to come into. Right. Matthew 5:10.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
See that? And it's really going to come down to the servants of the Lord, because you're going to be persecuted for righteousness' sake. Go ahead.
For theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Go ahead.
Blessed are ye when men shall revile you.
They're going to revile you. They're going to speak evil against you. Go ahead.
And persecute you.
And they're going to persecute you. Come on.
And shall say all manner of evil against you.
And they're going to say all manner of evil against you. Them guys are against the government. They saying America's going to be destroyed. Right. They saying the white man's the devil. They bringing out all the secret plans that y'all have. It's them Israelite guys. That's what it's really going to come down to. They're making it comfortable to tell. That's all they doing. Go ahead.
Falsely
Go ahead.
for my sake.
And a lot of it is going to be, they're going to be bearing false witness because all we doing is teaching Yahweh Ba'Shem HaMashiach Yahushua. Go ahead.
Rejoice and be exceeding great.
We're going
glad,
to rejoice and be exceeding glad. Go ahead.
for great is your reward in heaven.
Because great is the servant of the Most High rewards in heaven. So I see what this is coming down to. This is building the spirit of comfortability to talk, to snitch. Now, I'm not in that gang world. I'm not in that street life no more. I don't care about none of that. Whether you tell or not, whatever, you should keep some kind of integrity. If you was part of the game, then you shouldn't really tell because you was out there, whatever, just pay for your crimes, whatever you did, man up. But this is really the glorification of, I'm going to go back and tell Master, and it's cool to do that, but it's really going to come down to people telling on the servants of the Lord. That's what this thing is really all about. Call me a shout out.
And I want everybody out there to understand something too. Like when you see these rappers and you be like, wow, these rappers and these singers, they can't even barely rap and sing. They sound like crap.
Right.
But, they get put on the pedestal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you sit back and you wonder why. It's because of the influence. Influence is a very, very powerful thing in this world, or what they call clout on the internet, right? Because if you have influence is more powerful than money.
Right.
Influence is more powerful than, than being just a political figure or musician or something like that, or an actor. Because if you have influence, that's danger to the people, to the establishment. You understand? Because you can sway the people.
Right.
So anytime you have an opportunity and the Most High blesses you with a talent that people are attracted to, that people gravitate towards, you're gonna have this system of this beast system, this satanic system, and the people that work for this satanic system, they coming to get you. They coming to use your influence for their benefit. And they willing to give you multi-millions of dollars for your influence. Because with that millions of dollars, they going to flip that off of your influence and they going to make billions. But not only are they going to make billions, they going to keep a foot on the neck of the people. They're going to keep a veil over your eyes to keep you distracted, to keep you looking in the other direction from what's really going on, because you're so busy following the influence. If you want to be influenced by the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. And now, we talked about the politicians and we talked about the entertainers. I want to talk about our family members. Because when you think about it, and you sit there and you look at your wife, I want you, wherever you are right now, if you have a significant other and you're in the house with that individual right now, you have a husband or you have a wife, I want you to look at that individual right now and I want you to ask yourself this question. Can I trust this person? Does this person really have faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, or are they just a fashion night?
Right.
A fashion night is a person that puts on fringes and puts on the outfit of an Israelite, but they don't keep no commandments. That's a fashion night, right? So is your wife a fashion night? Is your wife only walking this walk because of you?
Correct.
Is your husband a fashion night? Is he only pretending to be an Israelite? Is he only pretending to have faith in Yahushua? Is he only pretending to keep the Lord's statutes and commandments? The one that's trying to get you to eat Thanksgiving dinner. The one that's trying to get you to put a Christmas tree in your house. The one that's telling you that you should buy Christmas presents because it's a holiday for the children. And you're neglecting the children by not putting a Christmas tree in your house. Or the person that scoffed against you that says you don't know what you're talking about. This is your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your grandmother, your uncle, your cousin, your blood relatives. But in that day, can you trust them? Will they tell the government on you if you choose not to take a vaccine? If you choose not to take a mark of the beast or the chip in your body or something to that effect, are they going to turn you in? Why do you feel like it's such a serious issue to be aware that your family are not to be trusted in that day if they are not repentant.
Give me Micah 7 and 5. All right, because the scriptures tell us that. That's why. You know, you got to understand one thing. When a person is of the Most High and the other person is of Satan, it don't matter who they are.
That's right.
It doesn't matter if they your mama, your father, your brother, your sister, your spouse. It don't matter. It's the spirit takes over. So if you have the Most High and the other person of Satan, no matter who they are, no matter how close they are supposed to be to you, they're going to be for the agenda of the devil when you for the agenda of the Most High. Read Micah 7 and 5.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 7, verse 5.
Bring it out.
Trust ye not in a friend.
What the Lord say?
Trust ye not in a friend.
And the title of the show is Who Can You Trust? Read it again.
Trust ye not in a friend.
It said don't even trust in a friend. Go ahead.
Put ye not confidence in a guide.
Put ye not confidence in a guide. Go ahead.
Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom.
It said keep the doors of your mouth shut even from her that lieth in your bosom. So that means a friend, guide, or even your spouse, if they're not with the agenda of the Most High H.O.I, you can't tell them a damn thing because you can't trust them. All right, now give me Jeremiah 9 and 4. That's why it's going to be hard in these last days, because we just read it in Matthew 10:34. Didn't y'all read it earlier? We're going to be betrayed of kinsfolk, even your own. So my thing is, who can I trust in these last days? Those that keep the commandments of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That's the only ones I could trust. All right, give me Jeremiah 9 and 4. Read that.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 9 and verse 4.
Come on.
Take ye heed every one of his neighbor.
It said, take ye heed every one of his neighbor. Go ahead.
And trust ye not in any brother.
You can't even trust it. Any brother, friend, guide, even her that lieth in that bosom. Go ahead.
For every brother will utterly supplant.
They will utterly supplant. Go ahead.
And every neighbor will walk with slanders.
Don't you know, man, you're going to be betrayed. People going to tell on you. They going to rattle. That's what we talking about earlier. You're going to be betrayed with slanders. That guy is one of them Hebrews right there.
Right.
He lives right next door to me. He's against the government.
Right.
So who can you really trust? I'm going to show you who you can trust. 1 Corinthians 11. And I'll yield the floor after that. Who can you trust? 1 Corinthians 11 and start at 1. This is the only people you're going to be able to trust in these last days. The Most High tell you, we read the scriptures, we brought it out, and we can do a whole lesson on this. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to be able to trust even those that's supposed to be closest to you, because Satan is going to be busy. Either you for the Most High and you for Satan. If the person's for Satan, it don't matter how close they are to you in the flesh, they still an enemy. And that's a harsh reality. Read what you got, brother.
Be ye followers of me.
Be ye followers of me. Paul said, be ye followers of me. Only follow me. Go ahead.
Even as I also am of Christ.
Even as I also am a follower of Yahweh Shai. That's the only one I'm trusting in these last days. Once I see and I'm convinced in the spirit that you are a follower of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, then I could trust you. After that, I got to get my public enemy on.
Right.
Can't trust it.
That's
By
right.
Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
Right. I want to address a couple of statements that were said, you know what I'm saying, a couple of phrases that some of you brothers and sisters out there may not recognize. One of those phrases is called salaki or salakia. When you hear a brother say that, that means excuse me, pardon me, I beg your pardon, or you know what I'm saying. You know, basically that's what that means.
Forgive me.
You know what I'm saying? Things of that. It's like a word that covers all of the bases, right? Another thing that was said was shema. Shema means shh, be quiet, right?
Listen.
Shema. Shh. Do more listening, less talking. You know what I'm saying? Also, at this time, you need to know that when we talk about family members, we do not promote, you know what I'm saying, two things we do not promote. H.O.I does not promote snitching. H.O.I does not promote you separating or disbanding yourself from your own family members.
Correct.
That's not what we're saying.
Correct.
What we're saying is you have to be aware of everybody, including your family members. Because and that day, even your family members are going to be your enemy because they do not believe in the in Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. And also when you hear us say Yahweh, that's the name of the Most High God. That's his name in the Hebrew. When we say Yahweh Shah, that's his only begotten son who you call Jesus Christ. So when we say Yahweh, that's the Most High God. Yahweh Shai is his only begotten son, Jesus Christ, in the Hebrew. Now, Elder Terah, how do you feel about this issue of not being able to trust, you know what I'm saying, certain individuals, especially when it comes to the police and the military? The reason I ask you this question is because, you know, we know that when we go to public school and things like that, we get indoctrinated early about uniforms. And we don't really pay attention to it a lot, but it's very important. For instance, when they present these different uniforms to us, these are general statements that these people are supposed to be upstanding citizens, not because we know them personally, but because we see a uniform. So when we see the uniform of a police officer, we're supposed to automatically believe that we can trust this person because he has on a police uniform.
Right.
He's only there to protect and serve. Or we're supposed to trust this doctor because he has on a white lab coat and he's supposed to be here to have our health and our best interest in his best interest. You understand? And it goes the same thing for all of these other people, firemen, the postal workers, you know what I'm saying? People that wear uniforms, the military, these are all people that we're supposed to trust just because they have a uniform. Why shouldn't we?
Right, Cant, that's a great question. We really, it's hard to put trust in anybody. But like my brother Zabach was breaking down, he that follows Yahweh Shah, you can put trust in. But it's hard that you can trust this damn wine to give you a buzz. That's the only now let's get off the damn serious note right here. Give me Luke 4 and the 6th verse. And let's understand why people break down when it comes time to trust. Because there's a reason why people break down a lot of times. Sometimes they're just deceptive, they're the devil, spirit in them. But it's a reason why. So we're going to get into it. Give me Luke 4 and the 6th verse.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 6.
Bring that out.
And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee.
So the devil said to Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, all this power will I give thee. So the devil had control. Okay, read.
And the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me. And to whomsoever I will, I give it.
So the devil had this power over the kingdoms at this time to give people positions. When there's a great statement in the book of Josephus. It's a big book, so it's hard to find it. But it says, from the beginning of time, men have betrayed men for positions of authority and money. So the devil has a power and a position to give people. So during the time, why do people break down? Read on, brothers. Read on.
If thou therefore will worship me.
Now, if thou will therefore worship me, come on.
All shall be thine.
So now people think about their own agenda. What we going on? What I have to lose here? If I deal with this person, what do I have to lose? It goes back to Luke 11, St. John's 11 and 47. What do I have to lose? What is my position? Because people's always thinking about their own agenda. So that's why that trust image is broke down. Because give me Matthew 6, brother. Give me Matthew 6 to understand it more. The trust image is broke down. Why? Because people at that time have to make a decision. And this is the decision they got to make. Read. Matthew 6 and 24.
Okay. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other.
So now, who's the police obligated to serve? Who's the fireman obligated to serve? Who's these people that's put in position of authority obligated to serve? They're not obligated to serve us. They make a pledge to serve their master, which is Satan. So they're gonna break down at that time. They're not serving us. Read on.
Or else he So like, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Then he will hold to the one and despise the other. Come on.
Ye cannot serve God, the Most High, and mammon.
And you can't serve the devil. They here to serve the devil's system. Read on, brother.
Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat.
Why do H.O.I go back to say that? They're thinking about how they're going to eat, how they're going to survive. Why should I pay homage to you? You're not paying me.
Right. That's right.
You're not paying my bills.
Right.
They're not thinking on this level like how we thinking. So during that time, of course, they're going to go to the devil, brother.
That's
They're
right.
going to serve him. You see?
Right.
So we got to go into the scripture to understand.
Beautiful answer.
And I hope that y'all out there, you know, I hope y'all paying attention to these, you know what I'm saying, these jewels that are being bestowed upon you, you know what I'm saying? Don't sit here and just listen to the podcast and just be, you know, happy and fun-go-lucky about this shit that we talking about here, you know what I'm saying? Because this is not Drink Champs. This is not, you know what I'm saying, the God path, the God cast and all of that. Right here, we giving you real truth. You know what I'm saying? Through the lenses of the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? These are information and wisdom being passed down through centuries, you know what I'm saying, to you, so that you can use them today and have discernment and wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So please don't take that, you know what I mean? We having a laid back, down to earth atmosphere here, but don't take these words and these scriptures lightly. Alright? So you know, that was the first episode of Who, you know what I'm saying, Even the Blind Man Can See. And like I said, if you heard anything over here, you know what I'm saying, that was spoken upon or something that you feel you can line me back on and you can add on to, please feel free to do so in the comment section. And your comments will be read and we will be addressing comments, you know what I'm saying, and responding to them. And if you want to get a live conversation with me, you can hit me up once again at 347-348-5858. That's 347-348-5858. And you hit me up, man, and we can have a conversation. We can go over scriptures. You know, I only sleep about 3 or 4 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? So hit me up if I even get that much sleep. You know, and that's
And what's the name of the radio station?
the name of the radio station is the Book of Revelations Radio. Hit us up, you know what I'm saying, when we get us up and running and everything. You know, with your support, we'll be able to do that. We're going to give you the opportunity to show your support, whether it be, you know what I'm saying, with your kind words, your thoughts, or you can even make, you know what I'm saying, show your support financially so we can grow this platform and we can continue to bring you edification and the truth according to the scriptures. Alright? So we'll be back in a minute and we're going to have a final closing segment and then we're going to be out. Peace out. And we back. Yeah, man, we back, man. You know, we back right now. You know, everybody doing freshened up their drinks. I got me a new Corona and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, I want to take this opportunity during this closing, man, you know what I'm saying, to thank everybody who took the opportunity to sit down and watch this new podcast. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank y'all for that. This has been a plan of mine for quite a number of months. I would have been able to get this podcast up and running a little bit earlier, but unfortunately we have this crown situation going on, and so it pushed things back. But through the will of the Most High, we finally got here today, and we finally finishing this first episode. So all praises for that.
Praises.
There's a lot of y'all that don't know me out there. Sometimes you'll see me, and might see me every now and then here and there in the video or whatever, or you might hear my music or whatever. I'm out of sight, right? Elijah, Yahweh Ban Yashuala. Right? I picked that name Elijah because one of my favorite movies is the Book of Eli.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, Eli is a shorter version of Elijah.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying? And I liked the mission that the brother was on, making sure that the word get to the proper place so people can keep getting edification. And that's why I created this platform so that we can continue to push edification, but do it in a more laid back and cool environment, man, where we could just, we don't have to be on, so hard body all the time. Sometimes we could just, cool out and still give edification, so that's my thing right there. I'm a member of H.O.I. I love H.O.I. and I'm going to be H.O.I. until the champions. And, it's been a journey for me. I came into this truth, roughly going on 3 years now. My first camp was ISUPK, and like I told you earlier, I used to be a big time scoffer. I used to roll up, I used to have my speaker, I pull my mic out like it's a gun and get the scoffing. You know what I'm saying? And I did that for a minute, man. Then I found out I was scoffing against the truth, and I felt like a damn idiot. You know what I'm saying? But here by the end of the day,
Most I do it to you.
Yes, definitely. And I wasn't able to stay with ISUPK because I just felt that HOI was a better fit for me. This is where the Most High wanted me to be. You know what I'm saying? But I still got love for those brothers over there because they gave me my first precepts and my first understanding.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Then I came over here and Elder Zabach and Elder Terah helped me advance that to another level. You know what I'm saying? So here we are today, man. You know what I'm saying? And I thank these brothers because, like I said, it's their work that created this situation that you see today. 20 plus years of going out there on the highways and the hedges and pushing out this truth. And you know what I'm saying? And look what you got today. You got new fruit. You got a brother like me who can't even physically see you, but I can create a podcast, you know what I'm saying, to glorify the Most High and
even a blind man can see. Even a blind man can see. Even a blind man can see.
I mean, y'all have any thoughts on that? These are my brothers here. Y'all have any thoughts?
I'm sorry,
Shalakia, I want to speak, man, on behalf of my brother out of sight, Elijah. Great brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Great brother. And I just want to give a little testimony of how we met and how he came in HOI. I saw this brother on the 4 train performing. You got to shut him down. And I always tell this story. I got to tell this story 100 times. I had just came from seeing my younger brother upstate New York in prison. Out of Sight had a song about Rikers Island and the jail system. To me, I took the song as the jail system in general. Right. And Out of Sight was on the train performing. I was on the 4 train. Y'all know me, I'm a New Yorker, I take the train. The elder take the train, he's not coming out of a stretch limo. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I said, yo, this brother, I like that song. He came in the car and he said, I want y'all to hear my song, da-da-da-da-da-da. And he performed Shut Him Down. And I said, damn. I said, I love the song. I said, yo. And I remember going up to him, but I had to get off the train. I was like, brother, where can I find your music? And I ain't gonna front. He said something. I was like, I ain't gonna remember that. You know what I'm saying? But I said, I'm gonna remember this brother because his energy, and I saw that. I said, yo, he's blind, but he's bringing out stuff that people that can see is not even bringing out.
Right.
I said, the Spirit told me I'm going to see this brother again. So I seen him on the train another time. I didn't get a chance to holler at him that time. I just let him do his thing. The train was kind of crowded. I let him do his thing. Fast forward, I don't know if I seen him 1 or 2 more times, but he came down by the camp in 42nd. And he was walking with the stick. I said, there go the brother. I was like, yo, you got to shut him down. I was teaching, and I stopped. And I said, yo, you got to shut him down. I said, yo, that go my man. Yo, shut him down. Because I remember the song. And I think the Most High made me remember the song so much because I had just came from visiting my brother upstate. My brother got 50 to life for a body in East New York or whatever the case may be. But when I came off the visit with my brother, he was telling me how bad the jail was, how they was messing with his mail, what they do to brothers. Brothers that don't get no visits, they be disappearing. They be like actually killing dudes. Or they take them down in some secret dungeons in a prison and beat the hell out of them because you ain't got no family or nothing. So it was the energy of feeling a song. I just coming off a visit from seeing my brother, and I see Out of Sight performing. So that stayed with me. I saw the brother. I said, yo, that's the brother. Shut him down. Shut him down. Shut him down.
Shut him down.
And you know what? Honest, I don't know what happened between the time I seen him at the camp and then next thing I know, the brother was in the camp.
Wow.
Shower partner was telling me, yo, the brother want to come down. He's trying to get in touch with you, Zabach. Yo, the brother be performing. And all I remember was I came to a 34th Street camp, and Out of Sight was there with his speaker.
Wow.
And that was it, and the rest been history, man. But it was that song. I saw the brother on the train, and I didn't even know he knew the truth. But I say he's conscious, though, because he's talking about the jail system. The brother ended up being a member of H.O.I. But I shimmer myself. You got to shut him down.
I just want to say that to me, with my experience, I'm a former. I used to be signed to Sakia Records, Eric and Kim. So I'm a producer, so I know music. I know, but to me, Out of Sight, hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, is one of the most talented, prolific, intelligent executive producers who does his own stuff, writing, rapping, whatever it is. He's just to me, he's the GOAT.
He's an artist,
he's just one of the greatest of all times. And I just want to let everybody know, look out for this brother, man. He's blessed.
Even the blind man can see.
That's a statement, man.
And Salakia, look out for Out of Sight single. All right, yay. All right, that's flowing on YouTube now. You know what I'm saying? Look out for, subscribe to Even a Blind Man Can See on YouTube.
That's right.
Get this podcast and get his first single. Not his first single, he got plenty of music, but one of his major come out singles. Get that single, yay. All right, Out of Sight. You know what I'm saying? Even a Blind Man Can See. Subscribe on YouTube. And that's a fiery track. That's right. I want to thank all the camps for using it in the openings of their videos. Of different camps are using it. That's right. There's all praise for most of
That's what I'm talking about. Everybody using this song.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, I just want to say, man, the statement itself, even a blind man can see, man. That's a heavy statement.
That's a heavy statement.
If you understand that, man. But the brother's motivation, man, he motivate me. You know what I mean? The brother got a talent, man. You know what I mean? I just want to say to you, brother, you know, don't give up, man. Stay with it, man. Keep on with it, man. You got it.
Thank you. And I want to say also, man, this brother, man, you know, this brother, regardless of his obstacle that we all know, this brother don't let that get to him. This brother move better than people that can see. This brother, man, he's motivating, man. He been on me since I've been back, man. I said I only got 2 weeks in New York. His cat was ringing my damn phone off the hook. I said, what the hell? Out of Sight. I said, damn, I only got 2 weeks here in New York. I got to try to make as much happen. You know what I'm saying? And I love my brothers, man. Y'all get on Elder Zabach about not answering my phone sometimes. But it's all out of love. But
Shoot him a text.
this brother stayed on me so this night can happen. You know, and I like that. I like his perseverance. I like his endurance. You know what I'm saying? And when a brother wants something, he gonna be on you. He gonna be on your back. He gonna blow your phone up. He gonna text you, brother, I can't get a call back. You know what I'm saying? Man, I love this brother to life, man. And we don't, you know, here at H.O.I, one thing I can say, we don't treat Out of Sight like no pity party or none of that, man. We treat him like a regular brother. You know what I'm saying? And this brother is moving, and his energy, and I mean, come on, y'all. The proof is in the saying itself. Even the blind man can see.
That's right.
So come on, Israel, knock it off. H.O.I to the chariots fly. The Most High gave us a hell of a brother.
Yes,
when he came in. But guess what? We'll share with y'all if y'all in the spirit.
All right.
He belongs to H.O.I first. He belongs to the nation of Israel. He belongs to the Most High Yahweh. But this brother is willing to, he's open to reach out to other camps, other brothers. He know where his home is at, but he's willing to reach out and everything in a good spirit, man. And we don't treat him no different over here in H.O.I. He's a brother like anybody else, and he holds his own. That's right. The brother holds his own, you know what I'm saying? So all praises to Yahweh Bashim Bashak Yahushai. We thank the Most High for having him, and guess what? He's the one that put this whole thing together.
Yes, he did.
The spirit of Yahweh Bashim Bashak Yahushai. Now, I got to give it to my brother Zabach. You know what I'm saying? The other executive producer. But these two brothers combined, them Judite minds came together. I'm not being tribal. You know what I'm saying? Them Judite minds came together and put this beautiful podcast together. And it is lovely, man. And Out of Sight, man, we appreciate you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, man. We love you, brother. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop, King. You know what I'm saying? Please keep doing what you're doing. Because I'm going to hit you with something. Believe it or not, you inspire the hell out of all of us.
Yes, that's right.
Kwam Yasha.
Shimmer my shot.
Simeon, you've been mad quiet today, man.
Get Simeon. Northern Kingdom. Northern Kingdom. Northern Kingdom. Northern Kingdom. Northern Kingdom. Northern Kingdom. Northern Kingdom.
Hold up. Matter of fact, Simeon, hold up. Before you even go in, Simeon, there's one thing. Yo, Amath, Chief Ephraim, wherever you at, man. Shout out to you.
Chief Ephraim. Shout out to Amath, man.
Yo, you don't move down there, man. Chief Ephraim, you don't move down there. You got around some grass in your trees. You don't forgot about the grass. You don't want to come back. So but when you make your when you find the time, you know what I'm saying, you make your ass back up here to the rotten apple. You're gonna be sitting right here. Even the blind man can see. So I want to shout you out. Amath, and I want to shout out Brother Sour Park. You know what I'm saying? And I want to shout out all of the brothers, you know, all of the camp leaders across the United States of H.O.I, man. Shout all of y'all out. Even the brothers I ain't get to meet yet. So, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up and come to New York, man, and take your seat right here, man. And also, before we break out, man, you know what I'm saying? I want to shout out my cameraman, Ty.
Yeah.
This brother, man. Shout out Ty. This brother Ty, man. This brother is blessed. He's the brother that did the Ye video. Yes. He's the brother that's doing the filming and the editing. And none of my vision, you know, none of my vision would be possible without him. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I come up with these ideas. The Most High give me these ideas, and I go right to Ty and I say, yo, listen, Ty, I want to put this in the video. You know what I'm saying? I can't see this shit, but I need you to make it happen for me. And you know what? That brother get there, boy. You make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, Salakia, let me say something on that Ye video. I got a breakdown and a commentary on that Ye video that's coming soon by Shimmer Bashak. Now, the concept came from Brother Ty and from Out of Sight, but guess what? I'm going to go in the spirit because the spirit already showed me. And I'm going to do a commentary on the video.
That's
That's a secret jewel I got for y'all.
My brother Ty, who's one of the best cinema photographers ever.
Cinematography.
Been in the game for more than 30 years.
Wow.
Music.
God.
Alright? This brother's no joke. Hit this brother up. You want a video, anything you want, it's worth it.
God, hit up Brother Todd.
Don't forget, that brother got a t-shirt line popping up, a clothing line and everything, so make sure you go check that out. Support the brother, man. Support each other, man. We need your support. With that being said, man.
Hold on, out of sight. You're not gonna let me say my shit.
Bad,
Simeon and Ariana. Simeon and Ariana gotta speak.
My bad.
With the exception of Judah, y'all right here, y'all Judites talk a lot. But no, all praises to the Most High, the double honors to the elders right here for bringing me in this truth. Out of sight, I remember H.O.I Day. I can't remember which one. There's so many at 823 Eagle Avenue.
Right.
And Zabach, also known as H.O.I, brought you in. Yeah, brought you in one time. You already, standing out. You're already unique. You had to, you had your little stick and everything, and you had to sit down, listen to the brothers conduct the service. And with that said, the Bible says prove a friend. And it takes a lot for me to call somebody a friend. I'll be honest, in the world and in this truth. And the brother, out of sight, I knew this brother was a special brother when this happened, and I'm glad you mentioned H.O.I, Chief Ephraim. When you went to the Pull Up Boys trial in downtown Brooklyn, you came there on your own. You knew where it was at. You were directed to where it was at. You sat down with us. Shout out to Chief Ephraim, H.O.I, Barazal. The brothers went through it for almost a year in that damn trial. And you made your way there too. I got excited when I saw it. I was like, oh, there's a lot of sight. Marshall Malak too was sitting right there. Shout out to Marshall Malak.
Marshall Malak.
Simeon can't leave Levi. So Marshall Malak and I, we both got excited. We was like, oh, there's a lot of sight. We was got a little giddy. Like children. It was like, oh, because it was like, you came through, man. You always come through. You always call the brother, like the Bible says, prove a friend. You are a true friend, brother. And I want to give this toast to you.
Big
shout out before you pass it to the brother. I just want to say one thing. Big shout out, my brother. We love you. Yaikwab. We know what you're going through. God bless you, brother. We still here with you. We for you. We love you.
Yaikwab and Marshall Malak.
Yaikwab, the gentleman, the Hebrew gentleman.
All right, let the brother Ariel say something.
Ariel!
The bionic butterfly.
The only quiet Judite.
I want to say, all praise to the Most High for the brother out of sight. He's a blessing to the. Let me just say this: the H.O.I camp is like a special camp. It's weird, man, isn't it? Because everybody's themselves and they all got different talents and gifts.
Bring it out, brother.
We're not all the same.
Say
Even
that,
our
brother.
teaching, we all have different styles.
Say
Most
that,
of the
brother.
different camps, when it comes to their elder, they'll follow the way of their elder, like his teaching style. Every one of us, we don't follow the styles of the elders. We have our own style, where we take their knowledge and understanding, and then we follow their lead, because they lead in the way and direct our steps in righteousness. That's why the blessing of H.O.I that the Most High gave us is that each one of us in our camp were individuals with different talents. And one of the talents that Out of Sight got is the Most High blessed him to walk the walk of faith. He has faith.
Yes, he
Because it
does.
says in scriptures, faith without works is dead. And like it says even the blind man can see. You got people that's blind and they got a guard dog with them. This man, he got the Lord leading him directly to steps. And that's praises. Because when he I just seen the book of Eli like 2 months ago, and I was reading it. I'm like, yo, this dude remind me of Out of Sight. Denzel was playing Out of Sight in the movie. And then his name got changed to Elijah. I said,
All praise.
Because when people don't know that whole movie, they thought Denzel could see. He couldn't see.
He couldn't
That's
see.
why he had the shades. And he was what? He was the actual walking Bible, because he had all the knowledge and wisdom and understanding in his mind. So when he had the book, and then the Edomite was chasing him the whole movie trying to get the book. But he didn't know he was the actual book itself. So the Edomite took the book and he was reading it and he couldn't see it because his eyes was blind. Because it's not for the heathens. It's for the Israelites. You see? It's for the Israelites. So only we got the eyes to see and understand it. That's the eyes that the Most High gave you, brother, out of sight. Because you don't need the eyes to see. The Lord gave you spiritual eyes, man. Spiritual eyes, man.
Ty, you want to say something? You want to say something? Say a quick something on behalf of Out of Sight. Something quick.
I met Out of Sight on the train because I'm shooting a documentary.
Speak up, kid.
Speak up.
I'm shooting a documentary called The Iron Hustle. It's a documentary based off people that hustle on the train. And I saw him and I heard his song, Dissing Trump. And I liked it. So I was like, yeah, I definitely got to get him on my documentary.
Wow.
So I reached out to him. And we shot a little promo video for my documentary, and then he started telling me what he was doing.
Crazy.
Close it out, Out of Sight.
I wanted to get a testimony. I wanted to get a testimony from Brother Ty. Was you finished?
No, I'm done. I'm good.
You done?
That's pretty much how we met. And then from there, he told me what he does. He asked me to shoot a video for him, and I'm here today.
And you can edit yourself into the video too, so they can see you. All right, but I want to get a testimony because from the inception of Out of Sight's videos or whatever, he's been working with Brother Ty. The brother's cool, you know what I'm saying? He's another one quiet, sit back, do his work, and that's that. You did an excellent job on the Yay video, brother, and I think you and Out of Sight is a good team.
Praise.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so basically, man, we want to thank everybody that tuned in and participated in this first episode of Even the Blind Man Can See. Most High willing, you're going to see many more episodes of this podcast. And I hope that y'all participate. I know this time around, you know what I'm saying, there was a bunch of fellas in here. We didn't really give much representation to the daughters of Zion. But don't worry, that's coming. You know, we didn't forget about our sisters. Matter of fact, I'm going to have an episode dedicated especially to the sisters that's keeping the commandments and the faith and the ones that's in order. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry, we got a few choice words for your sisters that's not in order too. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, we out of here, man. This is the end of the, you know what I'm saying? We bringing the first episode to an end. We about to drink, be merry, fellowship, and eat some of this good food that Brother Zabach put together. You know what I'm saying? We gonna let y'all see the food. Y'all ain't gonna be able to taste it, but you know what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna be.
Close it out, Elder.
All right. I just want to say one thing. Kwame Ashana. And I got one question for the podcast.
Bring it out.
Who got next?
We got next.
Who got next?
We got next.
Who got next?
We got next.
For how long?
Forever.
For how long?
Forever.
For how long?
Forever.
What we gonna do?
Take the kingdom.
What we gonna do?
Take the kingdom.
What we gonna do?
Take the kingdom.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
How?
By Shimmer Mashiach Yahushua.
How?
By Shimmer Mashiach Yahushua.
Damn it, how?
By Shimmer Mashiach Yahushua.
Kwame Ashana.
Kwame Ashana.
First podcast, go!